Some days it feels solid. You move through things naturally. You're not second guessing yourself. You're not trying to hold anything together. It's just there. And then other days, it doesn't feel the same. Nothing is completely wrong. But it's not as steady. Your attention feels different. Your reactions feel a little closer to the surface. You're more aware of what's happening internally. And because of that shift, it starts to feel inconsistent, like you're going in and out of the manifesting state. But that's not actually what's happening, because the state itself isn't turning on and off. What's changing is how aware you are of what's happening inside you. On the days it feels solid, you're not focused on yourself. You're just moving through your day. Decisions happen without hesitation. Conversations feel normal. Time moves without you tracking it. You're not checking how you feel. You're not evaluating whether you're in it. And because of that, everything feels consistent. But on the days it feels off, your attention shifts inward. Not dramatically, just enough to notice things again. You start picking up on small reactions, small thoughts, small changes in how something feels. And the moment you notice those things, it creates the impression that something has changed. But awareness can feel like inconsistency, even when nothing has actually shifted. And part of the confusion comes from how you're measuring it. Most people measure consistency by how they feel moment to moment. So if the feeling shifts even slightly, they assume the state shifted too. But that's not a reliable way to read what's happening, because feelings fluctuate naturally. Attention fluctuates naturally. But your underlying behavior, the way you move, decide, and respond, that's much more stable than you think. Let me show you what this looks like. You might go through part of your day completely steady. You make decisions without overthinking. You respond to situations without hesitation. You're just moving normally. And then at some point, you become aware of yourself. You notice a thought you wouldn't have paid attention to before, or a slight reaction that feels familiar. And in that moment, it feels like the state dropped. But if you look at the full day, nothing actually changed. You were still operating the same way. You just noticed something you didn't notice earlier. And that moment of awareness creates the illusion of inconsistency. Here's another way this shows up. You might feel completely grounded while you're engaged in something. Working, talking to someone, driving, and everything feels natural. But the moment things slow down, your attention has somewhere to go. So it turns inward, and now you start noticing yourself again. And because you're noticing, it feels different, not worse, just more visible. And that visibility can easily be mistaken for instability. But it's not instability, it's attention. The manifesting state doesn't disappear when you become aware. It just becomes easier to observe. And if you're not used to that yet, it can feel like you're moving in and out of it, when in reality, you're just shifting between being immersed and being aware. And both can exist at the same time. You might even notice this in how you make decisions. Earlier, you would have gone back and forth, replayed options in your head, tried to find the right choice. But now, even on a day that feels inconsistent, you still decide faster than you used to. You don't stay stuck the same way. And that tells you something important. The state didn't disappear. Your awareness just shifted for a moment. This is where most people create unnecessary problems. They assume consistency means feeling the same way all the time. So the moment that feeling changes, they think something is wrong. And they try to correct it. They try to get back to that steady feeling. But consistency isn't about maintaining a feeling. It's about the stability underneath the feeling. And that stability is still there, even when your awareness shifts. You don't lose it just because you notice something. You don't leave the state just because your attention moved. And the more you understand that, the less you'll react to these fluctuations, because you'll stop interpreting them as changes in the state and start recognizing them as changes in attention. So if it feels inconsistent right now, stop measuring it by how it feels in the moment, because that will always move. Instead, look at what actually changed in you, how you move through things, how long you stay stuck, how quickly you return to yourself. That's where the consistency is. And once you start seeing it that way, the idea that you're going in and out of the state stops making sense completely. Subscribe and enter your manifesting state.